Hi guys, this is Jay Stone with jstone.com and blackloveforum.com. So I was going to do an open letter, but I decided to do an open video instead. And here's the topic. Just because you have an opinion doesn't make you a relationship expert. What? What I'm seeing here a lot lately is because somebody decided to put some relationship advice or their opinion on their Facebook page or on their blog or on Twitter, and they got a little bit of reception for it. They decided to throw the word expert out there and give advice over and over and over again. And I see some of this advice and I see some of this information and I'm like, wow, that's like really flawed. Okay. And I think we have to be careful with who we take advice from. There's some criteria for me to take advice. There's some criteria. Yes, I'm the founder of blackloveforum.com. We are an opinion blog primarily. But when you see expert, we have people that are one of two things. Have years of expertise in their subject, in their field. Generally, they're credentialed in some way, like, a degree or certification and what they're talking about. And particularly with relationships, if you're not credentialed, you should have been in a long-term relationship. Now, I'm not saying the only people that you should take advice from are people that are in long-term relationships. I'm saying if they haven't been in a long-term relationship, be careful. Because they're talking in theory, not from experience. And experience is an extremely valuable teacher. Okay? Just because you have an audience and an opinion doesn't mean that you're qualified to give advice. So, I specifically want to talk to the ladies because I see, and I know I'm going to get smashed for this and I'm okay with that. I see a lot of gentlemen who are giving advice. Just because he's a man does not make him qualified to give advice on behalf of all the other men out there. Relationships are specific and individualized. So one man's opinion does not become the 10 Commandments for every other man. Now, the same thing works with women, right? Just because one chick decided that wearing stilettos and cleaning the bathroom is how to keep a man doesn't mean that that's what's going to keep all men, right? So I think that it's important to choose who you decide to take advice from. For me, generally they're either experienced or credentialed. And then the other thing that I look at is if you're not the right kind of role model, if you could have been married 30 years, and if you got a crappy marriage, I'm not taking the marriage advice from you. I'm not taking relationship advice from you. The other thing that's really huge for me is, are you like me? It's going to be hard for me to take relationship advice from someone who hasn't walked a mile in my shoes. And I think the last thing that really gets me about relationships is a lot of people talk from a self-centered perspective. It's, if you want a man, this is what you need to do. If you want to keep a man, this is what you got to do. If you want a man like me, this is what you got to do. If you want a man like my husband, this is what you got to do. Okay, so guess what? Newsflash. I might not want a man like your husband. And I might not want a man like you. Okay? In fact, there's some women that don't want men at all. Okay? So, don't be so liberal with your advice when you're not qualified to give it. So, I'm looking forward to getting a lot of feedback from this video. Because I'm sure it's going to agitate a lot of folks. But relationships are very specific and very individualized, and there's no blanket statement. So when you're taking advice, even when it's good advice, look at it, take it with a grain of salt, and then measure it up against your own good common sense. And look at how things line up for you in your life. I'm Jay Stone with blackloveforum.com, and I'm looking forward to your comments on this one. Thanks.